What is going on, Adventure Nation? In this episode, we make our way down the East Cape of Baja, Mexico, and we get our snorkel and our boondocking on. This is the Motorhome Experiment. We are leaving Los Barriles. Of course, we've been here for 2 weeks, so it's pretty much time to leave.
Well, yeah, but it's sad because we actually enjoy it so much that's why we came back here after doing the entire loop again. But it's like, we have to move on at some point, right?
Yeah, so this view is going away, but where we're heading to next, we're going to have some pretty spectacular views. We're going to have some pretty spectacular boondocking opportunities, so let's go do that.
Let's go and check it out.
Actually, there's not too many people left here in the campground. Most people have already left for the season.
Like, so empty. And just quick, before we move on, this campground is, I would say it's not your cheapest here in Mexico, but it's actually very cool campground. And this specific spot is not oceanfront. The oceanfronts are $45, where we are is $30 full hookups. And it's like, and good hookups, right? Electricity and that.
Electricity, all that stuff's
very
pretty good. Yep. Are you ready to say goodbye to Playa Norte?
Yeah.
I guess. He's ready. He bolted.
He's like, he went to his hiding spot. He's like, I'm ready.
Goodbye, Playa Norte. You've been awesome. Windsurfers are out in full force today. I never did get a chance to get back up on the kiteboard, but I'm not done with that yet. We are going to probably try when we get up to La Ventana. But great campground. I will say we closed it out right last night with Los Barriles.
Very, 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 very unexpected what we did yesterday.
This is Lorena and I's last night here in Los Barriles, at least this season, and we're coming back to the scene of the crime. This is the spot we were at last night for the last Saturday Live, where we were at the wine bar. So we're back here tonight. They're doing some special food and wine pairing with a little restaurant in there, so I'm gonna take you inside. It's a little noisy, that's why I came out here. This meal that we're doing tonight is a 4-course meal with wine and food pairings. This is the first thing. I don't know what it is. It's some kind of tostada thing. But I know they're doing vegetarian ones for us. But Lori and Rhonda are going to drink all of my wine.
Somebody has to do it. Cannot go to wait.
I'm the designated driver, of course. So.
And then we took artichokes and some Parmesan and a little bit of white wine and cooked it down. So now you have a little bit of that. Then we took a little bit of Kalamata olives and made a tapenade. So it's more of like a trifecta on this one. This is all about the bread. Take it away out. Right, and then... right? And I'm like, okay, what do I do with this? Right? So I'm like, okay, jammy tomato, flatbread, Parmesan, okay, I got that. And the winemaker here recently from Solar Fortune, which is a family-owned winery in Valle de Guadalupe, Mexico. And they make they call it O Positivo, and they call it that because it's the dark like blood. And it's a blended wine, and it had like hints of, tobacco and allspice, and it was very jammy, it went really well with that. And then there's like a finish with a little bit of lavender. I found a little lavender, a little sweetness on my lips after. It was a little risky, but I hope it pairs well. I thought it was perfect. All the wine is for sale in the wine shop as well. So if it's something you really like, please check us out and enjoy. Yeah?
Thank you.
Do you believe all that stuff?
I feel so snooty here. Like, this is like smells and notes of,
Are you a wine snob, Rhonda?
Yes, absolutely.
You are? Wow, okay. Very cool though.
Very good.
Adam at the wine bar, very cool guy. And his wife, whose name I can't remember. And then I remember Paula and Lawrence because of Paul and Lori. So Paula and Lawrence own the restaurant. We can't even promote them because this was their last year. That was their last dinner.
Yeah,
that was the Last Supper, officially.
That's how they call it, the Last Supper.
But now it's time to get down the road. And we are going to travel where very few Class A's travel, as you guys well know.
Like always.
And we are going to go down what's called the East Cape of the Baja Peninsula. It is a dirt road for, I don't know, 40 or 50 miles or so. And it is an extremely rough dirt road. But we're going to take our time and it's going to be absolutely incredible.
It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough.
Incredible.
With incredible views, yes. Adios, Emilio.
Adios, Emilio. The drive to Cabo Pulmo isn't that far, but once again, we're back on the washboardy dirt road for the last 10 kilometers or approximately 6 miles to Cabo Pulmo. We have arrived here in Cabo Pulmo, and this is going to be our view for the next couple of days. Not bad. What do you think, Lori?
I think this works.
Yeah?
I'm not sure about you.
You'll be all right here?
I think this view will be very fine.
For a couple of days?
Yes.
All right, cool. Hey, everybody. We're at Cabo Pulmo, which is a little tiny town in the Cabo Pulmo National Park. And we're going to do some snorkeling today.
Yes, we're gonna walk into town just to check it out as well. And then there's a beach because where we are is very rocky. So we're gonna walk to an actual sandy beach and just go from there.
Yeah, we're over there. Can't see it now because of the bushes, but you gotta trust us on that one. You can get a lot of information at the Cabo Pulmo National Park Information Center. That is, if you visit it on a day that it's open. Cabo Pulmo is the place to go if you want to catch a snorkeling or dive tour. This is where we're going to snorkel out here. See the reef right there? The little town with all the fishing boats is right there.
Fishing boats.
Or not fishing boats, they're actually snorkel boats. There's no fishing here. Absolutely none. That's why the reef has come back so much. The snorkeling is fantastic, just a few feet off of the beach. Okay, our first mission of snorkeling here in Cabo Pulmo was a success. I didn't lose the camera.
In the meanwhile, we're having some water and some jicama.
Yeah, a little jicama, doing a little picnic here on the beach, and it's just a glorious day.
A little bit overcasted. So that makes the snorkeling different experience because it's not as bright with that many colors, really.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have a lot of snorkeling over the next few days. We're going to be going down the coast here on the East Cape, and there's supposed to be some beautiful snorkeling spots. And
yeah, we stopped in the little information booth at the national park, and they actually told us where to go.
Yeah. All right, Lori, we actually got 2 successful snorkeling missions.
2 successful. The second one better than the first one. It was more clear, more fishes.
Not bad. There was one point where there's thousands of these little tiny fish. And it made visibility look bad, but it was actually, there were so many fish. So that was kind of cool.
Also little shrimp, like little shrimp.
A lot of little shrimpies. But now it's time to go get some chips and guacamole. Lorena and I were just having a little bit of a snack before we head back to the RV, and we experienced a very strange phenomenon.
I know what you're talking about. We always like talk about how you always have the wrong ratio of chips and salsa and wok. And today was the perfect ratio.
The perfect ratio. We ran out of chips and guacamole at the same time. Very rare, very rare. The back streets of Cabo Pulmo were absolutely immaculate. Good morning, everybody. We are leaving the, it's really an unofficial campground here in Cabo Pulmo.
We found this in Overlander, and this is supposed to be a former campground actually, but nobody owns it anymore, so people come and stay for free. But some people seem to be staying way too long. They're building shacks.
Yeah. And so we're just gonna back up enough here so that we can roll out to the front at least. I'm gonna blame this on Lorena because this was her idea, and if we get stuck here, I'm gonna blame her.
Oh no, I told him go and scout. So.
I did scout it, so I do think we can go. We don't wanna slow down here at all. That's really soft right there, especially pulling the car. Oh no, we're good. Oh yeah, we're out of here.
See, I had a brilliant idea.
Yeah, it was a brilliant idea. I came up with that idea instead of backing all the way out. We didn't shoot anything here except for when we went snorkeling, so...
Because we did, basically.
Yeah, we just kind of stayed here a couple of nights and walked into Cabo Pulmo, snorkeled. So let me show you the campground from a bird's eye view while we roll out. Have we mentioned how amazing the turquoise waters are along the East Cape of Baja, Mexico?
So I have to say about this place, a national park, Mexican National Park, and here national parks are not really well not control. I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, but basically it's like if you go in operate or out, you need a bracelet that tells you that you officially pay the national park. But I asked the girl at the actual information booth, we're just going out offshore snorkeling. And she's like, oh yeah, you don't need to pay anything, so you just go and do it, that's fine, or kayak around, that's fine. You don't have to pay anything. So that was interesting. So you guys, if you come snorkeling, you don't have to pay anything really.
Nope. We've pulled over here at a place called El Arbolito, means the little tree. We are going to unhook the car here and go do some scouting because we've been told that you can't go down there with anything bigger than 24 feet. I don't believe that. So we're gonna give it a shot. As you can see, we decided it was doable. So we're heading down the road. A little bit washboardy in spots, but it's not bad. We were told on Overlander, or we read on Overlander, that this is four-wheel drive only to get in here. What a bunch of wussies. It is super narrow in a couple of spots, but I don't think anything's gonna scrape too badly. That's close right there. Nah, it's good. Once you get down here, there's not a whole lot of parking. It's packed right now, so we're gonna have to park off to the side until all these day use people leave. And then they said we can park wherever we want. All right, we are down and parked. I will say there's not a whole lot of space, but more than enough for a 35 foot. You get a 40 footer down here, I think. You just gotta be really careful.
With the sand.
With the sand. We backed in as far as we could, started to sink a little bit, so I did a back and forth a little bit. Make sure we're good to get out. Now we're ready.
Yeah, that's it. See, I like how they put those ramps for handicapped people.
I will say the entrance is kind of junky. I think they should clean that up a little bit. But the beach, absolutely spectacular. And they've got these great sidewalks for handicaps. So you can come down here in a wheelchair and be able to come and visit the beach. Do you hear that, John and Allie? They have wheelchair access. No excuses. El Arbolito is supposed to be one of the best snorkeling spots here in Cabo Pulmo. So coach is parked. We're here for the night. We're gonna go get our snorkel on. I don't know, Lori. An awful busy place.
Oh my God, the crowds here are crazy.
I don't know if we'll have enough spot to snorkel or have our own spot on the beach, but we'll do our best.
We'll find something, figure out. I would say from here, we can leave our stuff there and just like snorkel all that side and then back.
Yep, I agree.
Sounds good?
You see the boats from the Cabo Pulmo are dropping people off here. So that means this is good snorkeling. Whew. I don't know if I've ever said this before, or we've ever said this before, but if you haven't been snorkeling before, you should do it. It's amazing. It is a whole different world under there. And I guess if you snorkel, you should probably learn to dive. We need to do that because it is just an amazing world under there. And if we were diving, we could have followed the turtle that we saw while we were snorkeling. That was amazing. First time we've ever seen a turtle while we were out snorkeling, except for Hawaii, but we actually...
we literally paid to go
We paid to go see turtles, and we went to Turtle Arches.
This was just more random finding the turtle.
Just a random olive Ridley, I think.
I don't know what it was.
I think it was, from what we learned from turtles, it looked like an olive Ridley. Of course, it could be...
It was so cool, though.
Another turtle, just amazing. And just a ton of fish down there.
And it was amazing how many fish, like big fish, were in the very shallow areas too.
Yeah.
Coming in and out was a challenge because it's very shallow and you're not supposed to touch the reef, so that was a challenge.
Yeah.
But it was pretty amazing though. It was worth it.
I gagged a whole bunch of salt water.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I was having a hard
that?
time.
What's up with that?
I don't know.
I saw you several times.
Yeah, I was having a hard time out there today, but still amazing. All right, so we did drop off the pavement again onto the dirt road, but it's well worth it. It is absolutely beautiful down that East Cape, and we've only covered just a part of it in this video,
Yes.
or this video anyways.
And I have to say, like, one of the best snorkeling we have done, it has been right there on those two, Arbolito and Cabo Pulmo. It was spectacular.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's right off the beach, which is nice, so you don't have to go very far. You can just camp out on the beach,
Pay
grab
for
a picnic.
tours.
Yeah.
Like you saw, it's like actually we went where one of the tours were dumping the people. We just went for free.
Yeah, you're right there. Arbolito, cute little area. Super expensive boondocking though, right? I think it was $6 for the night.
$6 and that's camping for both of us. It was $4 if you're just going for the day. But I have to say, Paul was a little bit like the family itself. They don't have things in place, I would say.
Yeah, it's a little bit junky for me.
And but once you get past that, like their little area, the rest is just beautiful. And they maintain all the grounds, the beach is clean and all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous and well worth it. I would say again, not much bigger than 35 feet down there, folks, and just be very, very careful that you don't get stuck.
Yeah, and if you do, make sure you know how to get out of like that situation. Otherwise, don't go in there.
Right, absolutely. But we got a lot more coming from this area. This is where we're gonna end this one. So if this is your first time here, it'd be awesome if you hung out with us a little bit, got to know us, and that means they have to
Subscribe.
hit that subscribe button, and it would be equally as cool if you liked the video. And we'll see you again in the next one.
Bye, guys.
And then we'll explain this beautiful place here. It's not as beautiful with the low tide out, but absolutely gorgeous, super quiet, but we'll get to that in an upcoming video.